we have done 50 videos, or no, we've done 50 movie reviews here on the channel, Mr. Super Oz. Not every video was all of us together. So, this countdown video, we will re-review, or in some cases for the first time, give new scores for all 50 videos from the channel. I went through and I charted what everybody's new grade is. So, starting with Josiah, do you want to tell people what they can expect after the open rolls? What do you got on... Oh, no, you're starting...
Sorry, first grade. Let me just go one up.
Just let... Here, I'll show you how it's done.
Yeah.
I give 1 hate. I give 1 trash rating. I give 2 fails. I give 6 passable ratings. 9 fines. 13 goods. 10 greats, which is kind of surprising. I didn't see that coming.
Say from you.
6 spectacular. Oh, most of them are animated.
That makes sense.
1 perfection and 1 love rating. So, what do you got for all the people to look forward to?
So I got 8 non-applicable.
Yeah, he didn't watch 8 of the movies.
Yep, basically. 3 hates. No trash, surprisingly, which I can't believe.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. 1 fail. 4 passable. 8 fine. 13 good. I must really like movies.
Yes.
9 great. 0 spectaculars. I don't like them that much. 1 perfection and 3 loves.
That's what's up. Brandon, what do you got for the people?
All right. Wow. 6 I don't knows because I haven't watched. 0 hates. 0 trash. 3 fails. 4 passable. 8 fines. 18 goods. 7 greats. 1 spectacular. 2 perfections and 1 love.
All right.
Brandon, you must love everything.
So
man.
after
Nice.
the
That's
open
really
rolls, we're going to break it down. We're going to count it down from 50 to 1. I've done 3 countdowns so far, but this is the biggest one from the channel. We are starting at 50 and working our way to 1. Josiah, what is the 50th movie that we did here on the channel?
It was Terminator 3, believe it or not.
What did you grade Terminator 3?
I gave it a 2.
I also thought it was just barely passable.
Yep, and I gave it a 2 also.
Yeah, because that thing was
Rough.
hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woof.
But,
As the kids say.
But the thing is, Terminator 2, which is our 49th movie, way, way better. I gave that thing a great rating, a number 5 out overall. Brandon?
I gave it a love.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Bigger and better than the entire bracket itself.
What a tear.
With a
I gave
tear
it
in
a
his
4.
eye. Yeah. So, which is good. Yeah, it's a good one.
I was about to say, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. Good movie.
Number 48.
I gave it a great, a 5.
Yeah, 5.
I
For
also-
Terminator.
Yep. I also gave it a grade for Terminator.
And I gave it a 3 out of 5. I thought it was fine.
Beautiful.
Number 47 on the countdown. What do you got for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania?
I gave it a 4.
I also gave it a 4. I thought it was good.
And I gave it a 3.
Yeah, totally fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 46 on the countdown. 12 Round 3 starring Jon Moxley from All Elite Wrestling. It is a fine film. It is 3 out of 5. It is, well, it's way better than the one that comes before it, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our man Brandon here hasn't
been blessed with the opportunity.
Fortunately for Brandon, every time WWE Studios films come up, he's going to say that he rated it as not applicable.
Yep, I did not see it.
Because he didn't watch it.
Didn't watch it, but I gave it a 3 because don't you worry, I've seen them.
I appreciate you being here with me on this journey, sir. All right, number 45, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Brandon, what did you give that there film?
I have not watched it yet.
All right. So once again, not applicable by the Brandon.
Yep.
Josiah, have you seen the Super Mario Brothers movie?
I have not.
Oh, okay. So I will tell you that my score remains the same. I gave it a 4. It sticks at a 4 because it is a good movie. I actually think that if you have big love for the franchise, as in the games, you'll probably like it better than I did because I'm not very good at video games.
I see.
But,
I
you
might
know,
enjoy it.
as far as actually just a story, I thought it was good.
Well, when we do the top 100 countdown, I'll definitely have seen it by then.
Oh, yeah.
we can make that happen.
Well, actually, I used to plan on just doing this, like, from 100 to 51. I don't plan on re-reviewing 1 through 50.
We'll see what happens in the
Yeah.
future.
We can always talk, though, on the
Yeah.
channel. Like,
Right.
For sure.
So-
Yeah, randomly we bring it up one of these
Yeah.
times.
Well, speaking of the countdown, we're back at 44,
Yes.
and we are at Creed 3, which I gave a 5.
I gave that thing a 6. Creed 3 is spec-freaking-tacular to me.
And I gave it a 4.
Okay, yeah. So we all liked it
Yeah.
to some
Yeah.
degree.
Yeah, to
Me, I just
varying levels. Oz really liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it, and Brandon was, it was fun.
Yeah, it's
it,
fine.
it was
Yeah.
a movie.
So number 43 on the countdown is Wonder Woman, the animated movie from 2009, starring Kerry Russell, Nathan Fillion, and Alfred Molina. I gave this thing the much desired 7-star rating.
Wow.
It is a perfect animated movie for the Wonder Woman. Have either of you seen the movie?
I have not.
Nope.
Didn't think so.
You gave it to Kenny and Okada. That's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, exactly. It's love that movie. Nathan Fillion.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
It's-
I mean,
it's-
it sounds like a phenomenal cast.
Yeah.
to
Oh
be
yeah.
fair.
Alfred Molina is so good at Ares.
Yeah.
Shoot. But yeah, 42 is 12 rounds 2, and I cannot believe that I gave this thing a passable rating. Although
You did?
the beauty of a 2 rating is I can tell people, and if you're watching this now, pass on the movie. Don't ever watch it. That's my 2. The 2 is pass. Just
Yeah.
if
Just-
you see it, just put it
walk,
back.
walk on by.
Put it back in that $5 bin where you saw it.
If you see it, just sigh, and then you can put it right back in. I also gave it a 2.
Yeah.
For pretty much the same reason.
Yeah.
And that's only because I've seen worse, which we will talk about once we get to the Marines.
Yeah, Brandon's not watching any of the
Yeah,
WWE studio
yeah.
films because he does better things with his time. But number 41 on this here countdown is The Batman. I will let these here gentlemen talk about what they think of The Batman.
Yeah, so for the Batman, I gave it a 4. That's the one with the newest one.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson's Batman, just to be specific, because we have the other 19 Batman movies in here as well.
All right.
I also gave it a 4. I think I gave it a 3 when we first reviewed the video, and upon re-reviewing, I figured it could have been a lot worse. So
I don't know how because I give it a 1.
Yeah,
I think it
I-
is super
I-
bad.
At least he doesn't hate it.
Hey, no, there's no hate. He just,
Well, it's coming.
Yeah.
That is coming.
he just really does not like it.
Yeah, so I only hate one movie that we've reviewed so far.
Really? Just one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, we all-
It's the one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay.
But number,
I think it's the first movie I hated on this channel. Okay, yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
So we're at number 40. So the top, the most recent 10 are out of the way. But number 40 in the countdown is True Lies, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Josiah, you have not watched this movie. Is that correct?
Correct. I have not seen this film.
Alright.
Never had the pleasure. Is it worth watching? Let's find out.
All right. So I give it a 4 out of 5. I think it is very good. It is far better than the TV attempt to reboot the universe. Or restart, change, whatever.
Sorry.
Brandon, what was your views on True Lies?
I gave it a 5.
Yeah, I love it.
So
Yeah.
this is worth watching.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, oh, yeah, definitely.
It's among Arnold's
Best.
best.
Yeah, it really is.
I'll keep the list. I'll make sure to remember this when I watch the video back.
Yeah. Who wants to tell us what's coming in at 39?
Creed 2. And I gave that a 4.
I also gave it a 4.
I gave it a 5. I think this thing is freaking great.
Yeah.
I love Victor Drago.
Drago.
I actually love Ivan Drago. I just love this franchise.
Big,
Speaking of
big
the
fan
franchise, number 38 is Creed, the first film in this branching out of the Rocky world, and I give that thing a spectacular 6 out of 5 stars. Brandon, what did you think of Creed?
I gave it a 5. Great.
Yes.
Yes, I also gave it a 5. Phenomenal movie, great first movie to the spinoff.
Yes. 37 is Rocky Balboa, the final foray into Rocky leading his films. I thought that thing was a good movie. I gave it a 4 out of a 5.
I gave it a 4 also.
I gave it a 5.
There you
Really
go.
like the
Nice.
movie.
So that's the beauty of the Rocky franchise, is that even at its worst, that being Rocky 5,
Yeah.
it's still fine because I gave it a 3 out of 5.
I also gave it a 3.
Yep, also gave it a 3.
Yep. So Rocky 4 is number 35 on this here countdown. My rating for Rocky 4 is a great movie. I gave it a 5 out of 5.
I gave it a 3.
I also gave it a 5. This is my favorite franchise that you're about to find out.
It's so good.
Yeah,
So,
we all like it.
yeah, so Rocky 3 is number 34 on the countdown. I once again gave that a 5 out of 5. It is a great film to me.
Also gave it a 5.
And I gave it a 4.
Yep. 33 on the countdown is Rocky 2.
I gave that a 4.
Okay, Josiah?
Gave that a 5.
I also gave it a 5. And the last movie, or the first movie in this case, number 32, Rocky, the beginning of the whole thing. I gave that a 6 out of 5, a spectacular score.
I will change mine and give it a 6 also. I originally gave it a 5. I'm going to raise it up to
There
a
you
6.
go.
Yeah, I gave it a 7. Yeah, this is my movie.
Again, ain't nothing wrong with that. You can't argue it.
Yeah, this is the movie of my childhood, man. Yeah.
So the 31st movie from the channel, Mr. Super Oz, was All-Star Superman, which is an animated film. I thought and still think that it is great. The only reason I don't give it a higher score than great is because I think that the book is so superior. Now, I understand the things that had to be left out due to time constraints.
Indeed.
But, yeah, it's a great movie. Very enjoyable. Have either of you seen All-Star Superman?
I have. I gave it a 4.
Okay.
I have also, and I've also given it a 4.
Very nice.
Same reasons.
Oh,
The
yeah,
book
exactly.
is-
I'm about to say the book is definitely better, but it's still a good movie.
Number 30, The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, okay. So, it's hard, but I'm going to just keep it at a 2. Goddamn it.
Taking it easy.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. So I kept it at 2, but because it is left at a 2, I actually changed some other scores on movies that are coming up. So anyway, just as I was rescoring things.
Gotcha. I gave it a 3.
All right.
Just because
Yeah.
I could rewatch it because there's stuff I liked.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I understand. I understand for sure.
Yeah, like 2 and lower, I'm like, I'm never going to watch this movie again.
Oh, okay.
Unless I need to. So that's usually how I.
Well, to me, the beauty of it
justify.
too is it just pass the test or just pass on it. Like you
Yeah.
can take it either which way.
Like, trust me, it's a competently made film.
Yeah.
It's just some of the
competence was questionable.
their choices.
the
Yeah.
choices. I was like, hey, but
All right,
you
who
know.
wants to talk about number 29?
I gotcha. The Dark Knight and I think first love on the channel, because I love this one, man. Absolutely beautiful. Everything about it was great. So it definitely deserves the love I give it.
That's awesome. So I gave it the great score that you said, not love, but the word you used. So I gave it a 5 out of 5. I do believe it is a great movie. What about you, Brandon?
I gave it a 7.
There you
Perfection.
go. Perfection. Yeah.
Yep.
So we all got some big love for that
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, big fans.
So to round out, or in this case, complete
Bring
the
it on
trilogy,
home.
bring it on home. Number 28, the 28th movie that the channel reviewed was Batman Begins, and I said, because when we went back and rewatched it, I think that Batman Begins is spectacular. I thought that it really went above and beyond when it came to setting the groundwork, so I gave it a 6 out of 5 stars.
Mm-hmm. And I originally said 6, and I will keep it there. Spectacular. 6 out of 5.
I said 4. I can't remember why I said 4 now. Now that I've said
But
it
it is
out loud.
good.
But it is a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's totally
it just,
understandable.
It just did not blow me away as much as Dark Knight did.
Sure. And that's
And you know what it was? I think I watched this out of order. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
we
said
did
that.
talk about that
Yeah,
actually, yeah.
Yep.
So number 27, Josiah has never watched.
Nah.
But number 27 is the first movie, and it's actually what broke the scale for the channel. Number 27 on the list is Pure Country starring George Strait, and is the first movie that I was incapable of scoring under the 5-star rating system. And I created the love rating, and so I rated number 27, Pure Country, love, because of all of the emotion that it evoked and brought back to me throughout. Brandon, what was your score for number 27?
I gave it a 4.
Yeah,
I
it-
would just keep it there. Yeah.
Absolutely, makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
If you don't have that Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, the second movie in the MCU for the
For the franchise,
it's
not so much
complicated
Yeah.
because
a lot happened in real life that affected the actual making of this movie.
well, not just that, but I was about to say it was the second movie in the Black Panther, but he's not even in it,
Yeah.
and then also he appeared in
it's the second
Civil
movie
War.
in the Black Panther
Name.
Yeah.
Ethos, yeah.
However, it's only for the supporting cast, basically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As their
But yeah,
second
so in this film, I think there is a good to great movie there, but I only give it a 3 out of 5 because I think there's a little extra that could stand to be trimmed up. I feel that way about a lot of things I watch, to be honest.
So when I first saw this movie, man, I was loving it. I gave it like a 5 if I like first had it in theaters.
Yeah.
Saw it 2 times in theaters, and then we watched it again.
As a team.
Yeah, well, yeah, by myself at home, and then I really actually felt the length for the first time, and then I was like, okay, that needs to be trimmed up in other things.
So it
I
only
gave
took
it
three, 4 times of watching it
Yeah,
to get there.
yeah, but I think it's a fine, good movie. I gave it a 3. I will leave it there.
Mhm.
Very similar to Oz reaction to Pure Country.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really love this movie for reasons very personal to me. And I also really, really miss Chadwick, and I thought that was a beautiful tribute.
Mhm.
that
Oh
they did
yeah,
throughout the movie.
absolutely,
Yeah.
totally understand that.
So yeah, for a variety of reasons, I couldn't score it on the normal scale, so I just gave it a love. 'Cause I
There you
actually
go.
love the
Yeah.
film.
And
I
that's
got you.
what it exists for.
Yeah.
Love and
Yeah.
hate are beyond the.
Beyond the realms of common sense.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's just, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so we are at the halfway point. We are number 25 on the countdown. The 25th movie that this channel reviewed was 12 Rounds, starring John Cena. And once again, Brandon did not watch the movie because he makes good decisions with his life.
I will say this is definitely one of the ones you could have watched and not completely hate.
Yeah, exactly. It's a 4 out of 5. It's a good, competent movie because what it does is the studio went and said, "Hey, you person who made Speed and Die Hard, why don't you come make us a Speed and Die Hard, please?" And the person said, "You
And
got
just
it."
use our people. Please.
Yeah.
That's all we have.
So,
But yeah, I also gave it a 4. Especially from the WWE studio films, I feel like this is the best film.
Actually, have you ever seen The Condemned starring Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I'm not.
Okay, so it's coming. Don't you worry.
Don't you worry. I'll see.
But it's a really good movie.
Okay.
It's got a good premise. Austin is good at being Austin.
Was that the one Becky Lynch was in?
No. So this is like their second movie, maybe third. It's real
so
early.
It's real early then.
And so what it is it's a reality show movie. So this reality show producer makes a deal with Prisons for Pay to get convicts put on an island.
Yeah.
Whichever one lives the end gets their freedom.
Oh, so it's Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But it's fun.
Okay, cool. Can't
So-
wait to watch it.
Yeah, the 24th movie, like I said, it's coming soon. 24th movie that the channel, Mr. Super Oz, reviewed was Bullet Train, starring Brad Pitt. Have either of you watched it? Because I know I reviewed it by myself.
No.
Yes, I watched it.
Okay, so that must be his 6th one, because I knew most of them were WWE Studios and
that was the one that
Mario.
Yeah, Mario.
All right, so what did you think of Bullet Train, sir?
I actually really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, me too. I gave it a 4 out of 5 overall.
Yeah, I also gave it a 4.
Nice.
Yeah, like
I want to.
Yeah.
I want to watch it.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
It doesn't take itself seriously, and I think that's
Yes.
the best thing about the movie. Like,
Absolutely.
hell of a cast. My only grief with it was you had Zazie Beetz in your movie. That's my girl, and she was only showing her face for like 5 minutes. That's it. that was my one grief with the movie. I'm like, all right, that's too much for me. I can't do this. But other than that, the rest of the movie was just fun. It was a good live. It was an
Oh yeah.
easy watch. I can't remember what the runtime was, but I don't think it was that bad either.
It's I don't remember the exact runtime, but it breezes right by.
Yeah.
So
And great cast.
oh yeah.
I guarantee there's one of your favorite actresses in this movie because
Yes.
they got all of them.
Yes, exactly. So the 23rd movie that was reviewed on the channel was Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I'll go. I gave that a 1. I think it's a fail.
Sure.
Yeah.
Effing hated that movie.
So I give it a 2. I think that it's very passable. As in, you should probably pass on watching it. I do have a little bit of affection for it just because I grew up with that VHS tape.
I respect that.
But as an adult, I know that it's not good. Like there are a lot of things wrong with it.
It was a tough line to cross, but
Yeah.
he did eventually get there.
But 22, Batman Forever, the 22nd movie we reviewed, Batman Forever, it was fine. It was superior to Batman and Robin, which you know hard hurdle to jump. But yeah, I gave it a 3 out of 5. What about you guys?
I gave that a 3.
I gave it a 2.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Say it's on the other end of the pass scale though. It's like you can watch it and form your own.
Oh,
opinion.
absolutely, yeah. I very much like Val Kilmer. I think that
Yeah.
he did a really good job.
That was the thing that kept it out of the one.
For sure, for sure. But speaking of one, that being 21, Batman Returns is my first Zero film. This thing is absolute and utter complete trash, in my opinion. Penguin, wrong and bad. Catwoman, wrong and bad. Batman, completely, absolutely pointless. I dislike this movie. It is trash. It actually makes me like the Batman more.
Wow.
because like as much as I dislike the Batman, at least Catwoman and Penguin are within the realms of something close to themselves.
Yeah,
they were.
Did I actually give this a 4? I don't remember this.
This what?
Did you give
Apparently, I thought I was supposed to say 3. I might have messed this up with another Batman movie.
I could have made a mistake too.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect.
Right. Well-
Say whatever you want. He changed one of his too.
Shit. Well, I'll say 3.
Yeah.
It was I've obviously watched it again, but it's
Yes.
more of a watch it to make fun of it kind of movie.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like, look how ridiculous Penguin is, man.
I actually
it's
feel that
some
way.
giggles.
I actually feel that way about a TV show called True Blood. Have you ever watched that?
I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
So I wish I hadn't started watching it, but I started watching it, and our mutual friend Ahmed actually brought up. He said maybe if you think of it as a comedy, you'll like it better. And I was like, well, yeah, because every time I try and take this thing seriously, it's bad.
Yeah.
So if I just try and think of it as a comedy, it might help. Brandon, what was your score?
I gave it a 1.
Okay, yeah, it was a fail. That's for dang
I
sure.
mean, yeah, I don't even.
Yeah,
wanna
I'm about to
go
say
into
not really
detail.
much to add.
Yeah.
Top 20. The top 20. Batman from 1989. To me, 4 out of 5 film. It could have been a 5 out of 5 great film had it not been for that last act. I just felt like, the out of nowhere ninja guy and a little bit of the trying to sell some toys was a little too much for me. But it's still a good movie. It's far better than what comes after it.
Yeah, for sure. And in that same breath, I gave it a 5 for pretty much the exact same reasons as Oz. The last act didn't bother me as much as it did him.
Oh, for sure.
So I enjoyed it a little bit more.
Yeah, no, the
that
first
extra
3
number.
quarters, real good.
Yeah.
That last quarter, I was like, eh.
Didn't bring it home for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I gave it a 4. I think it is a product of like the 80s a little bit.
Yeah,
so some
yeah.
of it aged very well. But
It's just like milk, but
Yeah, it is
as,
what it
as
is.
you do.
Absolutely, yeah. Totally understandable. But yeah, number 19. The first WWE Studios film with the name WWE Studios.
Yep.
The Scorpion King, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I'll go. Because, he was so good in The Mummy Returns as just like a CGI scorpion stuff. He got to
And The
get
Mummy's
his-
a great freaking
Yeah,
franchise.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had to get his own little spin-off thing.
Yeah.
And I gave it a 3 out of 5.
Same here, 3 out of 5.
Same here, 3 out of 5.
Yeah, it's just
You know what they say about great minds.
it's straight across the board. So, the 18th movie that Mr. Super Oz reviewed was Batman Year One.
Yeah,
the
did you do this
animated
one by
movie.
yourself? Because I feel like I would have loved to talk about
I
this.
did do it by myself. So every animation celebration has been a solo video
Yeah.
as of so far. At the end of the month, Brandon, if available, has considered, or not considered, but talked about joining me to talk about the Invincible Iron Man animated movie. But, time and all that, so we'll see how it
We'll
plays
see how
out.
life works.
And you guys are always welcome if you're interested in the animation movies. It's just easier for me to... the whole reason I added it is because it's something I can talk about just solo and not
Knock
really
it out,
stress
keep
out.
it moving. Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, so I gave Batman Year One a 5 out of 5. I think it is a super great movie. It is a really great Jim Gordon story, just like the book.
Yeah, I agree. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I'll be honest with you. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I do remember really, really liking the movie.
Oh yeah,
So
art style
I think
so
if I
good.
yeah, exactly. That was the main sticking point for me that stuck out of my mind. I think if I watched it now, I probably would give it a higher score, but just based off current memory,
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. I gave it a 4 also.
Nice.
Yep.
So, this upcoming film, number 17, the first movie that fell under the Monday Movie Mayhem title of this year was Limitless. It actually spawned an entire series of the Wednesday Rewind, where I and sometimes Brandon would review Limitless, the TV show. But because of the strength of Limitless, the TV show, I actually had to downgrade my score I gave to Limitless, the movie.
Ah.
So in my solo review of Limitless, I gave it a 5 out of 5. I called it a great movie. I've actually downgraded it to a good 4 out of 5 movie because of how the series took the concept in new directions that actually answered questions that the movie never did, and did things that I was like, oh, this is actually way better. So because of my love for the series, I've been like, I kind of wish that the movie would have done more, so
Yeah.
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Well, we say that, but I mean, then the runtime would have been ridiculous. We would have hated it for the runtime.
He got you. He got you.
Oh, so it's no knock on it. I still think it's a really, really good movie. And
Absolutely.
I can always, anything that gives me that that aspirational, you can make it feeling, which is why I always give it that good, because when he pops the pill for the first time, he's like, oh, I gotta finish my book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm totally with you there, brother. Like, all about finishing the story.
Is that personal connection?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What about yourselves? I know that neither one of you could make it for that first retro review of the year.
Yeah.
So, and Brandon gave his review on the series, but still, go ahead and talk about Limitless in your all's opinion.
I liked the movie. It didn't blow me away by any stretch of the imagination. But I did think it was a good movie. I'd definitely watch it again, so I gave it a 3.
Okay. I gave it a 5. I love the movie.
Oh yeah, it like I said, at one point I did give it the great, but after so many greats, spectaculars, and even perfections from the series, I was like, well, I think the movie is just on a really good level.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies that are really good, and in this case, number 16, the movie is Flight. It is the first movie reviewed on the channel that I had never seen, or heck, even heard of. But Brandon recommended that I check it out, and it was a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was actually the first movie I struggled to grade because it was so dang relatable. Like, the characters, I was like, man, these people are so human. I feel challenged to even give them a score.
Yeah. So, Flight, I originally gave it a 4. I'm going to bump it up to a 5. I really do like this movie a lot. Personally, I don't think it really can be graded besides just watch it.
Oh, absolutely.
I really do believe
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
It was the first time I was really struggling, because usually I can say this is my beef with the thing, or this is what I like a lot, but like I said, just the relatability of the human element was what was making me struggle with it.
My sheet of paper says 3, but I thought I gave it a 4, so I'm just gonna give it a 4.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine.
Yep. But I thought
Like
it
I
was
said,
a
I
good
could
movie.
have mixed up some of these things.
Yeah.
We were going on real quick.
I'm about to say, we literally, so little peek behind the scenes, me and Oz work in the same building, and I think I came down during my break or something, and we just
you were lunch break, and we were just lightning
speed
round.
run, lightning round. So I didn't have time to think about half this stuff, so I probably just threw out some numbers for a couple of them.
Exactly. Yeah, I literally said whatever comes to the top of your head, I'm writing it down.
So, but yeah, now that I have time to sit and think about it, I really like Flight, so I'm giving it a 4.
Yeah, totally with you. So, the number 15, the 15th movie that the channel reviewed was The Campaign, starring Zach Galifianakis and Will Ferrell.
Mm-hmm.
This one, once again, that was a hard movie to review because basically we just wanted to keep telling jokes from the movie, and it was like,
Yes.
well, this isn't making for a good thing, because like you can go watch it and do it better.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. I gave it a 5 out of 5. The things just hit. Like the politicians are good at being bad.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Brandon.
I gave it a 4, and I'll keep it there.
This one was real tough for me to grade because I haven't watched it. So,
So he didn't grade it.
So I didn't grade.
But I do recommend going back and checking it out.
Yeah.
Especially when we're. I love watching it in November for campaign season.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, so I recommend that.
Cool.
Number 14. Who here would like to talk about Glass?
I will, because short. I gave it a 2, and I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay, I didn't hate the movie as much as Brandon did. I gave it a 3.
I also gave it a 3.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. It's far from.
It's far from its predecessors.
Yes.
By a country mile.
And speaking of the ones that come before, Split. What do you feel about that,
I
there,
gave
sir?
it a 4, and I'll keep it right there.
So for me, I did say 5 originally. I think when I told Oz this, but I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up to a 6.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I really like James McAvoy. I think aside from him being in X-Men, this is like the first movie I actually sat and like saw of his range.
Oh,
and what he could
He
do.
definitely has it here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So his performance blew me away. So, and then when I figured out it was the Unbreakable sequel that I didn't know going into the theaters,
Yeah.
that really sealed it for me. So I think that experience alone bumps it up to a 6 for me.
So I left it at a 4 out of 5 because I do think it's really good. It's generally not my flavor of film.
Mm.
But what is the 12th movie that we reviewed, which was Unbreakable. I give that thing a 6 out of 5 score. It is spec-freaking-tacular. Once again, there are just key things that are going to always get me. And one of them is going to be a good man doing good because it's the right thing. Like, you give me that, you're pretty much going to make me happy.
Golden. That's all he needs.
And so when Samuel L. Jackson says to Bruce Willis, he says, "You pick security because you want to help people." He's like, "Doesn't that register with you?" I've always been like, "Yeah, that's good stuff right there." Like, yeah, this guy is going out of his way to be on the side of good.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I gave it a 4. Really enjoyed the movie.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like I said, just good people doing good things because it's the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this article earlier in the week that said Samuel L. Jackson as Mr. Glass is the best Lex Luthor that's ever existed.
Oh, okay.
That's a great point.
The intellectual,
Yeah.
manipulative adversary. I was just like, that's funny.
That's actually really good. I like that.
Unbreakable, I originally gave it a 7. I'm actually going to go down.
Whoa.
Psych! I'm going to go up
Just kidding.
to a freaking love.
Oh, that's so funny.
You caught us slipping. That's great. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
This movie, I originally gave it 7. It's perfection, but honestly, this movie, to me, there's almost nothing like really wrong.
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
I agree. Yeah,
Besides, maybe if you just don't really like talking that much, but not to like.
but
I'm not
the
saying,
talking is well executed.
Yeah.
True.
and it's short. It's just like you get everything.
Oh my goodness,
Everything's so
the compact, tight production.
Mhm.
Oh, it's so yeah. I'm with
Yeah.
you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it at?
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
So we're gonna move on to number 11. The 11th movie that was reviewed on the channel was the first animated movie that was ever reviewed, and that is Paranorman. It is actually a claymation movie. I gave that a 4 out of 5. I thought it was very good. It's just a good story of, it's like The Breakfast Club meets, what was the other thing? I gave it this whole like,
the Goonies.
yes, and
Goonies?
so it's like a Venn diagram of stuff put together. But yeah, it's good. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gave it a 4.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really good.
Have you seen?
I've never had the opportunity to watch it.
Yeah, I recommend it. I like popping it on about every other Halloween. I'll pop that on. It's good stuff.
So it's good Halloween.
Yeah, it happens in
Cool.
that time frame.
Yeah. Well, you know what's not a good Halloween movie? Number 10 on the list.
Oh,
Oh, you can go first.
This piece of human garbage, this hot garbage that was given to us.
I apologize.
Oh, actually, it was me.
Well, I invited him on the channel, so like,
I've never hated a movie so much in my life until I watched
this is
Spirit.
the only movie that I gave a hate rating. This is the only movie I've given the hate rating to. So
My God.
at the time, hate didn't even exist. I didn't even know that there was the
A
rating
feeling.
coming.
The emotion wasn't there.
It didn't even exist in the rating system. But going back, the number 10 movie, The Spirit, it has to get the hate from me because I do hate it. I hate it. It's bad.
I hate it.
Like, everything that should be good is bad.
Even the good stuff, like the, oh my God, this looks like Sin City. It's a trap. It's a trap. They sucker you in with that.
Oh, Brandon, what was your score?
I gave it a 1. The only thing that I'll say is like yes, it's beautiful to look at in the casting. So it's like that's
The casting makes it worse because why do you have a cast that good and it's still? How do you have Samuel L. Jackson and there's
Scarlett
no
Johansson.
funny lines?
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness,
but
yeah.
I've seen movies that will make people like
Oh yeah,
hate.
dude.
Like,
He's told me some stories about movies that should have never been made, in my opinion.
Man.
so trust me, I've seen far worse that will make people just angry. So.
Well, don't tell me about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I won't.
It turns out one of them was originally a comic that I didn't even know about.
yeah.
Which one? Oh, you guys talking about the other? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Spirit is originally a comic.
Yeah.
No, one of the things.
That one I knew.
One of the things he was telling me about that I was like, oh, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm like, I did not know that was a comic.
Yeah.
The reason I know that, and we're gonna go off topic real quick.
Yeah, I was
we're,
about to say,
we're entering the
let's
top.
veer to the left.
We're in the top. 10.
We're in the top.
We're in the
10,
top
baby.
10. We're going.
We're doing it
past
big.
number 10.
We're about done.
But one of the things that Brandon was telling me about, it's called. Do you know what I'm thinking?
Oh yeah. It's Old Boy.
There we go.
But the Korean version, not the American
There's
version.
two versions.
There's an American
Yeah.
version, but the point is, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I am apprehensive. I've always been a little apprehensive, but I'm extra apprehensive about James Gunn running the DC Universe because he said that is one of his top 5 favorite comic book movies.
Well, I don't have the reference point, but I'm a little.
Oh,
concerned.
we'll talk off screen about
Okay.
how disgusting and not cool this here
Not that
thing
not
is.
cool, bro.
Cool, but let's talk about something that was fun, something that was
Enjoyable.
and it was
Nostalgic.
the biggest group video in the channel's history. So not only
Oh,
was
yeah, that's right.
Brandon
Yeah, we
there,
had that
not
huge
only
cast.
was Hi here, not only was Josiah here, but we also had Jeff Hicks from the World Class Bullshitters, and we had E. Tepelkuin from the Place to Be Reviews, and we were all talking about Ready to Rumble,
Yeah,
the
this was a fun video.
fun film. Yeah, love those guys.
Check it out on the channel now.
Absolutely. So I gave it a 4 out of 5. I think it is a very good movie.
I gave it a love. And honestly, it literally just fell into the I really can't grade this because I'm just enjoying myself category.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the love and the hate is like if it transcends grading, just go with how you feel.
Yeah, go with how I feel. And just it genuinely just is a good, enjoyable movie. Like I don't take it that seriously, and I don't have the nostalgia that he probably would because you lived through it.
Correct.
I did not.
Well, see, and me living through it is actually part of the problem because I know that David Arquette gets the world title in real life.
Yeah.
And so that was a bad call.
See, I didn't live through the David Arquette thing. I was born, but I wasn't a wrestling fan yet. So,
Exactly.
so I was all good with it. I was like, all right, he already apologized. I already saw his throat get slit by Nick Gage by then, so I had already forgiven him.
Well,
It
and
wasn't-
I actually forgave him because he gave all his money to dead wrestlers' widows.
Yeah.
Which is a
Yeah.
big move on David Arquette's part. I'm
Absolutely. David Arquette's a good dude.
like, exactly. The beautiful thing about having Brandon there for the review is he was the outsider. He was the non-wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And so, what was your review of the film?
I gave it a 4.
Oh, good.
Yep.
There you go.
Whew.
Brandon gave it a 4. That tells you all you need to know, right?
Yeah. Number 8 was a hard movie to watch.
Oh, boy.
And it's the only movie on the countdown that I gave a trash rating. So,
Was that the 0?
I meant no 0. You're right.
Thank
It's
you.
It's one of my 2 fails. So this is a 1 rating. I only gave 1 trash.
There you go.
But it's one of my 2 fails, and this is Independence Day Resurgence. It is the big mistake that studios make. They said, we would like to make a sequel to a Will Smith movie without Will Smith. And you can't be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to make a
Not a
sequel
good
to a
idea.
Will Smith movie, you got to have you some Will Smith up in there.
Yep. At least a little bit.
Just a little bit of Will Smith. Come
Even
on.
if they brought Will Smith in to kill him,
Right.
it
Yeah.
would have been better than nothing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
literally. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
saying that, I also agree with Oz. I really don't have.
It was a
anything else to
fail.
add. It was a 1.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have made the movie.
I agree, yes.
I gave it a 2. Just call me a sucker for I just like destruction.
Oh, sure.
So Brandon's the type of guy who likes to see the world burn. So it's this kind of movie.
Yeah, 2012. There you go. I
There
got it.
there it is. We're out of here.
Do you like that movie?
No.
No,
I'm
you
just
know,
checking.
yeah.
I've never seen it, so.
No, it's not a good movie,
Okay.
but just
By
explosions.
no stretch of the imagination.
Yeah. Trust me, you can skip it. Pass
Hey, I'll tell you what, they used the pyro budget on that movie. Don't you worry.
So number 7, the 7th movie rated by the channel was Independence Day, and I thought it was, well, it's funny. I had really positive memories about it. I thought this was like a good or a great, but after rewatching it, I was like, this thing takes forever. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I was like, we're not even on Independence Day when we began. We keep doing these freaking this day and this day and this stuff, and we're stuck here. I was like, it's a fine, okay 3 out of 5.
Fair enough. I gave it a 4. Like I said, it's more nostalgia than anything else. I just have good memories of the movie.
Yeah, and Will Smith is good.
Will Smith is good in it.
Yeah.
It's one of the few movies where I don't watch it and go, man, Will Smith is just playing Will Smith. Because I can say that about pretty much every other acting role he's had in his career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To be fair, at least with Fresh Prince, that one made sense.
Yeah.
Because he was playing himself.
Yeah. I gave it a 3. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Fine. Whew.
Got where it needed to go.
Number 6 on the countdown is the most watched video on the channel.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, India and Canada and UK and all these places around the world that wanted to listen to me and Brandon be exhausted and talk about the Adjustment Bureau.
Yeah.
So, in the review, I believe we both, at the time, gave it the perfect 5 out of 5 great score at the time, because that's as high as it could go.
Mm-hmm.
But in retrospect, looking back, I have given it a 6 out of 5, a spectacular score, because, well, a lot of it has to do with the views. Thanks, guys. But I do really enjoy the movie. I love putting it on.
I respect the honesty.
It's well, I mean, come on. I
it's the most viewed.
I gotta
Yeah,
have that love. I mean, like that
Yeah.
thing's getting like almost 1,400 views on there. But yeah. So anyway, I give it a 6 out of 5. I think that it's spec-freaking-tacular. Again, it hits all the feel spots that I need.
I gave it
what
a
you get?
5.
5, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So
I keep
he's
that,
stuck with where he was at.
Yeah.
And have you watched it? I forget.
So I thought I did, but in hindsight, I'm not even sure. I feel like I really, really remember it, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay, so I think that you ought to watch it.
Yeah.
And
This is great on here, but I'm like, did I watch this movie? I don't remember watching this movie.
oh,
So
well, it is great. So you
I will check it out.
yeah, you should definitely. So number 5.
And I did watch this one.
I almost wish that I hadn't watched it, or at least not in theaters.
Yeah.
Because watching at home, I have a better experience, but I can say that about most things.
Yeah. In the comfort of your own house, you can pause it, get up, and leave.
But the
you
way
want.
that Oz was describing, he said people just eating popcorn. You know?
I'm not gonna lie,
Answer the
though.
phone, literally sitting next to me. Answer the phone, chewing on popcorn. I was like, I hate you people.
That sounds like the worst movie-going experience you could
It's
possibly have.
so bad. I've had a few worse because of the kids and the wham.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I gave Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness a 2 out of 5. I said it was passable. I do think that,
If you cut up half of it, put some quarters here, a little bit.
well, I think if
I
think if I hadn't had all of the negativity surrounding it, I probably would have given it probably a 3.
Have you watched it at home since it's been out on Disney Plus?
I did, but no, I bought it when it came out digital.
You bought it,
just
okay.
because I'm such a freaking completionist that not only do I have them physically alphabetized in the cases, but I also have them in timeline order on Vudu, and
That's absolutely phenomenal.
yeah. So in case you hadn't noticed, I like collecting things.
He is a collector. That's fair. Good stuff. Go ahead, Brendan.
I gave it a 4, and I will keep it there. He was in my top 5, but not anymore. But yeah.
Yeah, I also gave it a 4. I still think out of this new phase, it's in the top 5 of the movies.
Number 4
Enough said.
is a movie based on a graphic novel that I have not read. Every time that I go to buy it, I don't. And it's no knock.
He sees it, but he doesn't want it.
I have like a handful of books where I'm like that. Every time I see V for Vendetta, I'm like, I'll get you next time.
Right? I do that too. It's always on V for Vendetta too. I'm like, I really should just buy this and read it.
Exactly. But so I'm that way about Wanted as well.
Gotcha.
And I give the movie a fine 3 out of 5 score. I enjoy it, but I want to have that complete view of the world with reading the book, which is irrelevant to the score. But I gave it a fine score, 3 out of 5.
And I gave it a 4.
Yeah,
4.
It's totally understandable.
And I've never had the opportunity to watch it.
I do believe it is streaming places, but if it's not, I can loan you the DVD.
Cool.
Because I own it.
Cool.
Number 3, or the third movie rated on the or reviewed on the channel, is Constantine. And the funny thing is, the first retro review that we ever did, this was an idea via Brandon. he asked me, because in the early days I didn't know what the channel was. I just knew that I had to do one thing and one thing alone. That was let everybody know that I, Oz, wrote a 68-page graphic novel called Everlasting Survivors. This is Volume 1, Cover A. That is Volume 1, Cover B. This is by Jeff Hicks from World Class Bullshitters, and that's by Nick Crook from, I don't know, The Real World.
There you go.
Not the TV show. This is February Ferdinand's e-cover that is available now on Etsy, or not Etsy, Indiegogo, and that is Jeff's brand new C cover. Also available, if you follow the link in the description, you can get 1 of 5 covers. You can get either of those posters. I got shirts available, I got hats, all kinds of things. But like I said, the books are the reason the channel exists, and like I said, because I didn't know what I was doing besides chilling, Brandon brought the idea of watching old movies and talking about them, and so that's what got us to watch Constantine, starring Keanu Reeves. That was the 3rd movie from the channel. I gave it a great 5 out of 5 score originally, and I stick with it. I do believe it is a great 5 out of 5 film. I do realize that Keanu's Constantine is not precisely the
Comic accurate.
Yeah, the comic accurate, but it is so darn enjoyable that I just let it go, because I overall have this feeling about movies, which is, if it's good, it's good. And Keanu and Constantine, did what we asked for, which is give us a great movie.
Mm-hmm. And I gave it a 5, and I'll keep it there. It's 5. It's great to me.
So, I actually have never seen it. I've seen the animated Constantine movie.
Okay.
I have not seen the Keanu Reeves version.
Again, it is streaming, and
one I know.
But if you can't find it, I got it, and I can loan it to you.
Much appreciated.
So this one,
I've seen these last 2 movies. Don't you worry.
So the second movie that was reviewed on the channel, it's funny, because in October it is going to be talked about once again, but in a different format. So in October, the All or Nothing will be Ghostbusters Trilogy. But I already talked about Ghostbusters Afterlife immediately after watching it for the first time. I watched it and came in here and I recorded a video, and I said I think it is a good 4 out of 5 film, and I stick with that rating because it keeps the heart of the world beating in the right direction. Each one of the new characters step into the shoes of the classics that we know and love, or the stereotypes, but not in a bad way. They, each one of the people carry on the legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I think it's a good 4 out of 5 film.
Yeah.
Bruno?
I gave it a 4 out of 5 also.
I gave it a 2. It was fine for me.
Yeah, totally understandable.
Well, sorry, it was passable.
Yeah,
passable. Yeah.
By definition.
Yes, by definition.
But this movie, I don't need the sheet of paper to tell you about.
The first movie, again, this goes back to the general idea of Constantine, right? So, when the channel first started, I didn't know what I was going to do. Every weekend was just whatever I felt like at the time. And so, the first movie I ever reviewed was The Eternals. As soon as I finished watching it, just like with Ghostbusters Afterlife, I came in here and I
had a conversation.
I had a conversation with you, the viewer, about how I thought this movie was something people should pass on, because I gave it a 2 out of 5.
I hope you don't pass on with this being your last movie.
I thought that it was bloated, undefined, and
directionless.
So I wanted to like so many things. Because I could see echoes of characters I love from the DC universe with being portrayed within these Marvel characters. But I just felt like they fell short of what I wanted them to be, is why I gave it the 2 score. I know that Brandon generally had more favorable feelings toward it. Actually, he's the real reason I watched it initially, because you told me that you thought it built a strong foundation for their existence, correct? Like that it had lore.
Yes, it was a lore movie. That's what I said.
Okay.
I said that this movie is a lore dump. That's
Dump. There we go. That's what I was trying to look for.
Yep, it's just like, oh, okay, how did we get here? Well, this is a movie that did it. And it's just dumped all this lore in one freaking movie. And that's, to me, the issue, or, like, the core of it. It's like, if you're gonna dump, like, beings, gods creating everything, and Infinity Stones, well, even though they didn't
Infinity Stones without the Infinity Stones.
Right, and galaxies and stuff, and it's like, hey,
Galactus without the Galactus.
You gotta turn this into a miniseries on Disney Plus.
I think it would have been superior to be a miniseries. Actually,
It would have benefited greatly from using that very expensive Disney Plus platform that they pour all of that money into to break this into pieces. Because all this really is in succession. If you can't tell, I hate this movie, by the way. All this really is in Succession is just 3 seasons of a TV show smashed into a 2-hour and 30-minute movie.
It's only 2 hours and 30 minutes? I could have sworn this thing was 6 hours long.
It definitely feels like it. Don't you worry. I really struggle to think of any positive things to say about this movie. I think one thing I can say, the cast is great. The actors actually did solid work for what they were given. It's just the storytelling. Like I said, there's no path. I can't tell what their goals are. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish. The Thanos excuse, at least they put one in there, but it was probably the laziest thing I ever heard on why they did not interfere with the Thanos situation. I would have actually respected them more if they just said, "Oh, they got poof along with everyone else. They weren't special." Like, it would have made them look stupid, but at least it would have been a reason.
Hey, you know what? You know what might have been nice is if the whole world was destroyed by Thanos when he snapped, and then we had a clear, concise plan what we were going to do with these here Eternals, and then we start there. We say these folks made the world.
Yeah.
Here's a series explaining how the world exists.
That would have been a better reason.
Yeah.
Also, it would have really helped if there was like any reason for me to care about these characters.
Yep.
Like, I literally I think 3 people died. I really don't remember anymore.
Icarus, Ajak, and Gilgamesh. They all died.
Didn't give a damn about any of them.
Yeah,
They died. And I was like, yes, someone died.
So I liked Gil, but I didn't really care about the other 2, to be honest.
See, like at least Oz was able to pull some kind of connection out of it. Good for him. I didn't get that lucky.
So the reason I cared for Gilgamesh is because he had a sympathetic relationship with
Angelina Jolie.
Correct.
Athena.
Yes. Yeah. Although they said her name was Athena.
Athena.
Because everything's got to be just a little off.
Yeah. God forbid we talk about these Greek gods everyone already knows. Huh?
Exactly. But yeah, so that's the only thing. I thought, oh, well, at least he has purpose here because he cares for another. Yeah. That's the only reason it even slightly meant something when he passed, is because I was like, oh, I feel something for him. But he was it. The rest of them, I was like, all right, cool, I'm glad you're gone, Icarus. Get out of here. Yeah. Like, maybe we're getting close to being done with this thing.
My God. But yeah, and then the final fight was just, I mean, to be fair, it's what Marvel always does, is just hot nonsense. Bunch of random edits and just people throwing powers that I'm like, how do you have these powers? Like, I understand they're gods, but even like the explanation of their powers and what they did was just nonsensical to me. But boy, it was it's a movie. If I could not watch the movie, if I could go back in time and say, hey, don't waste your time, because I watched this in the theaters. That's the other thing that I'm heated about. So I was actually in the theaters watching this because my mom wanted to go see it.
Oh, okay.
And if my mom wants to go see anything, I'm like, yeah, Mom, I'll go with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you gotta do it if your mom wants to.
Absolutely. Did she like it?
No.
Oh,
well,
okay.
I feel bad for her.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't get superhero movies to begin with. That's why I was confused on him why she wanted to go.
Oh, maybe she wanted to be there with you.
And you know what? In that sense, the experience was the only thing that mattered.
Yeah,
movie
absolutely.
did not make up for it.
Exactly.
Like, for example, I went to go see Fast X recently. I had more fun at Fast X with my mom than I did with this movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, Fast
And I hate
silly.
the Fast and Furious franchise.
I don't think I hate them. I think I'm ambivalent.
I am fine with the first 2 movies. The other 8 can go to hell.
Yeah. Well, it's like what I said. What did I say? I think the Fast and Furious franchise.
Oh,
is,
you said it's pro wrestling.
Yeah, it's basically the WrestleVerse, that the
Wrestle-
series that they always wanted to make with like 12 rounds.
Oh, yeah.
But they just never
Got around to it.
Yeah, they just never got
They
around.
said,
to
all
it.
right, guys, we need 3 anchor points that
They
we can
really
put in every movie.
100% could have done Over the Limit, Fast Lane.
Yep.
What's another one?
Roadblock, Breaking Point.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Roadblock, Into the Line, all
Into
that
the
stuff. So these are all wrestling pay-per-views.
These are all actual legitimate pay. We're not just pulling this out of our butts.
Oh, okay.
And so if they'd have done a racing franchise but only used their pay-per-view names, that'd be hilarious.
See?
Oh, it would've been
Okay.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Actually, John's already in the Fast franchise now. I was gonna say because
Oh, yeah,
there was that time at Ford Field he drove in that Mustang,
Yep.
so he could have done it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we
he's
could.
already in. So
Yep.
and Dwayne's there
2
too.
movies.
Yep. Dwayne is there.
Big
you know.
rock.
Like-
Now I wonder what. Actually, so is Roman. Technically.
Yeah, he's in there too. He's
He's in the spinoff, but he'll probably be in the next movie.
Hobbs and Shaw. I don't know whatever.
Revenge
it's
of
called.
the Genesis.
Oh, yeah,
go to the
yeah.
islands.
Go to the
Whatever it's called.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah, his
just
name's
wrestling.
Mateo, by the way,
In the movie.
in the movie. Yeah.
Okay. Now you know I didn't remember that. So.
Yeah. You know, Ronda Rousey was in there. Yeah,
Was
Ronda,
Ronda
I mean, it's just literally
Ronda was in there
wrestling.
too.
Yeah, she was in the 7-6 one.
My God,
I
Mary-
don't know, 6, 7, 8,
7.
whatever.
She was a
I don't know.
7.
I don't know why I hate this so much. Apparently, it's just wrestling.
Yeah,
It is
literally,
just
it's just
wrestling.
wrestling. That's why.
I'll tell you what. I like it better than I like Eternals.
That's
There you
that's for sure. What was your overall score?
Oh, I gave it a 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you give
So-
it again?
2. Yeah, I'd say pass on this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a fun and also a really fast first 50 films. Now, the real reason why it was fast is because of the All or Nothing channel regular, where you can get up to 8 movies at one time.
Yeah, I think that was the most we did.
Yeah, it was the Rockies. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was, technically we did 7.
I'm about to
but
say,
then
did
eighth
we-
one came later.
Did we do the Rockies and Creeds at the same time, and then we did Creed 3?
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
so we did.
I know I was there for all of them, but my memory is a little hazy.
Oh, you're good.
Getting
Well, and
old.
then like I said, all these Batmans. That's
Yeah,
like
I'm about
it's
to
like
say.
19 in itself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, thank you, Brandon, of course, for coming, and thank you, Josiah. Thank you for watching. We will, like I said, do a new re-review countdown video every time we hit 50 because you never know. Sometimes the boys can't make it, and other times we just change our minds, given new information. So this will be a reoccurring theme within the channel, the re-review countdown. And, obviously I do countdown videos just like rating things or recasting, all kinds of things. So I know the next countdown video I'm going to do is the Sweet 16 of DC, not EU, but DCU villains. Because I already did the Heroes cast of who I thought would, could, should be done. I mean, it's awfully complicated, again, because I can't trust James Gunn for nothing.
What?
But these are just who I think could do well in the roles. So tune in next time for the countdown video, where it'll be the DCU Sweet 16.
Peace.
See ya.